Let's check some mute this just in case somebody gets the big idea calling me. Wow, 16 minutes late. Congratulations, Mason. But I fixed it. It's finally fixed. We're live. We're going to be live for 20 minutes. At least. What time? What day? Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Golly. After this stream, I really gotta schedule. I really gotta. I gotta drink some green tea and schedule the next week's posts. But at least my 30 days will be up tomorrow. Golly, I really should. I really should start clipping, uploading. I just don't. Man. But the cool part about it is it feels like Harvest Moon in a way. It feels like Harvest Moon in a way. And honestly, when you get into the groove of it, the groove of uploading, it really feels like you just spend 3 days out of the week to work on it. Let me check. You spend 3 days of the week working on it, and spend the rest of the week just not thinking about it because you know it's just continuously. Anyway, back to the sketching. Press stabilization. Why isn't it? Okay, here we go. Fed post redacted. And I really should stop listening to debates while I draw, honestly. Because it really kills my vibe. Hey Lamai, what's going on? Welcome to the chat. I really need to stop listening to debates. Or things that I know that I'm going to disagree with. Because it's just going to distract me. I'm just going to think about why I disagree with something, and I spend too much of my time and energy thinking about it. I should probably get back to listening to music while I draw, or just work on commissions or whatever. Debates are pointless and rage-inducing. Yeah, I'm really running out of things to watch on YouTube, though. That's the thing. I'm really running out of things to watch on YouTube. Let's see. Because the people I watch on YouTube now, they usually do live streams, and they tend to paywall their VODs. So I'm like, dang, what am I supposed to do? Okay, let's see what's on my. Well, okay, that was just a. That was just a thing. No. Video essays are complete slop. Cool. HR needs to stay in their lane. HR is killing games. Cute animal content. Hmm. Political. Lol cow stuff. Political. Then again, if it was entertainment focused, I wouldn't care. If somebody was talking about if somebody was talking about the new Spider-Man movie, I wouldn't click on that video because movie events was pretty it feels more interesting to me if I'm trying to extract information from it or if I have a friend group who likes movies and I watch movies to stay within the friend group, out of obligation. So I can keep in conversation. But since I don't really have that, or if I had a job like talking about media, then that would make more sense to me. But I don't, so I won't look at it. Yeah, and it goes down to I should probably find some old shows to watch in the background. Yeah, I should probably get on a 90s or 80s anime binge. Just so I can hear something interesting that doesn't get me uh, annoyed, so annoyed that I would stop whatever I'm doing, spend 30 minutes making a YouTube comment, and have that comment deleted because the poster of that video of said video realized that he made a bad video and pretend that he never made it. I hate this platform. Yes, that happened early. That happened this morning, and I'm still not over it. Like I choose not to. I usually choose not to comment on opinionated videos that even on videos that I don't agree with, because the comment section is usually littered by people who just agree with them. But I did it anyway, and the guy deleted the video. So I'm like, golly, I hate it here. I hate caring. I hate caring about anything. No, the thumb needs to be thinner. Man, wouldn't life be better if I was just nihilistic? If I had no hope? Speaking of no hope, I'm not freaking. I know I said this several times, but I saw the news of YouTube raising the requirements of getting monetization on the platform. So instead of what 3,000 watch hours, you need 8,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers. So 500. But I never really had issues with subscribers. But well, I always actually never had issues with subscribers. I always had issues with subscribers. But I've already passed that. But getting 8,000 watch hours, nah, that ain't happening. Not in a million years. Unless I focus on making news type content, internet news type content, which I only care about talking about them within the context of these live streams, and then never again. Yeah, the fingers need to be thinner. What am I doing? They're like talons. They should be like talons. But that makes me even more glad that I'm focusing on Facebook instead of YouTube, getting money on YouTube, because that dream's dead wholeheartedly. But how are you doing, Lamai? Well, I start. Well, I'm starting an internship. Nice. Congratulations. What are you interning for? No eyes, no ears, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no shape, no shape. IT. I'm learning to fix printers, projectors, and how to set up company phones and tablets. Oh, yay. Problem solving. Every day's a puzzle. That's a laid back place. I'm sure. Oh, let me check. Yeah, I'm sure. I remember the IT guy at my high school, since everybody had not iPhones, but tablets, iPads to do our work. The school had an IT guy just to Google things. I remember we called him Two Chains Cheney. I think Two Chains was big back then. It was really funny because it was my high school was mostly white kids. Hip hop culture never leaves, never dies. It's everywhere. I need to put this down. I am so addicted to being distracted. really hate how I set myself up for failure with with some of these compositions. Uh, Maybe if I put her here. I get to draw the bust of the younger sister here. She's like, whoa, 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 whoa. I keep thinking about the Yoshimitsu theme from Tekken Tag Tournament. That has to be the best track of a fighting game I've ever heard. How it repeats: no eyes, no ears, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no shape, no shape. And it just does that repeatedly. Alright, that's good. Put that down. Alright, gotta push on through. Gotta push on through. Gotta keep drawing. Gotta keep pushing on through. Okay, so let's get the silhouette down. Let's do the simplified. Chicken head. Okay. One, two, three. It's like, yo, okay. I'll probably have like her little braids, her rat tail, like fly off. Because like what she's doing right here is trying to stop her sister from walking past her. Because the sister's tired. She's like, yo, listen to me real quick. You know what's crazy? I don't think I finished writing this book. I don't think I finished writing this book. should, but I just haven't felt like. I'm just not there yet. Like, I know what happens, I'm just not there yet. To want to finish it. Not to want to finish it, but, well, yeah, that too. That too. Like, writing, specifically. Mm-mm. Okay, there we go. So where would the body be? So it would be around here. Okay, cool. I may or may not need all of that space. Why did I delete all that? Oh, am I stupid? Maybe I can open it up again. Ah, do I need all that? Well, it's not like it's difficult. Just a little bit of legs. Hmm. I'll think about it later. Maybe later. Depending on how I lay it down. Depending how I lay it down. Like the tail feathers. I need to break everything down into more simple shapes. I think this is more like a silhouette shot. I think that's what it feels like. Yikes. Okay, cool. Still there. I kind of want to draw her with her arms folded like that. Yeah, it's time to draw the younger sister. I want to draw her shorter. Get okay. Goodness gracious. All right. I have really bad drawing posture right now. I am just scribbling. Well, this is pretty much a silhouette shot because it's such a small part of the screen. Are you taking your 15-minute breaks? You know what? That's a good idea. That's a good idea. 15-minute break. Maybe we can watch something for 15 minutes. Let me set up the timer. Where's the timer app? Okay. There we go, clock. It's so generic. Looking, it's hard to find. Okay, let's see, 15. Yeah, 15-minute break is a good idea. You know, my eyesight has just gotten worse. Not, I just haven't gotten any better. Yeah, it's gotten worse. To the point where my eyesight's so bad, I gotta look out for. I'm prone to having like a torn cornea or something like that. And I'm like, that's no good. That is no good. And I ordered some glass when I got my prescriptions earlier this week. Hold on, yeah. When I got my prescriptions earlier this week, it was kind of annoying in the sense that they didn't give me my pupillary distance, which is kind of important to getting new glasses. So I have to like guesstimate from different apps online. Like two different apps that I had a pupillary distance of like 62, 63. But when I tried to get one on Zenny, it said I had a pupillary distance of 69. And like an idiot, I decided to go with the pupillary distance of 69, which it really should have just been on the prescription. And it costed like $50. Like I had to, I mean, I had to pay $50 for it. I got it online. It would have been more expensive if I went to a brick and mortar store to get my glasses. No, I went to America's Best to get my glasses, to get my prescription, and well, they said I would get a free prescription if I paid like for $80 for two pairs of glasses. But when I went there, they said that the deal didn't apply to me because my eyesight was so bad. They're like, they said, so when I rang it up, I was expecting to pay $80, but they rang me up for 360. Yeah, I shot there for glasses too. Yeah. But when I said, "Yo, what, 300, fine, I'll just pay for the prescriptions." They're like, "All right, $80." And I could have gone to Walmart to get my prescription for 60. I could have used my mom's Sam's Club membership to get my prescription for 40. Your glasses lenses are too thick. Yeah. My lenses are too thick. I have grandparents' vision. I have the eyesight of my parents. My parents are grandparents. I have grandpa vision. That's insane. And I'm like, "Yo, how do I make my eyesight better?" They're like, "Sorry. You can work out your muscles. You can you can fix your muscles, you can fix your teeth, but you can't fix your eyes." Yoshi Art, what's up? What's good? A grunk. Or like on my 15-minute break, talking about the time when I got robbed trying to get my prescription to get new eyesight, and I got discriminated against because I have bad vision. Eat more sweet potatoes and carrots. I would eat more sweet potatoes. Yeah, I should buy more sweet potatoes. I gotta buy more sweet potatoes. I've been eating regular potato. Why can't I just eat regular potatoes? I eat regular potatoes like I eat potatoes like every day. Why's it gotta be sweet potatoes? Ugh. Always missing the mark. I'm always missing the mark. And yeah, I should eat more carrots. Carrots are fine. I just gotta buy them. Which is like, ugh. I don't have a problem integrating them in my diet. I just don't like going outside and going to the store and buying things. Food is a scam. You're telling me I gotta pay every day for food to survive, or my body will break down? That's a scam, dude. Food should be free. All food should be subsidized by the government. No, I should. I should probably just go out and get my veggies. I mean, I do. Well, I go to the I go to the food bank every week, and because my parents don't buy groceries anymore, they just they either fast or my dad eats soup every day, and my mom just fasts on a liquid diet. And if she's not doing that, we just order out to eat. And I just eat. Granted, the food pantry gives me the necessities like bread, milk, like half a dozen eggs, potatoes, canned goods, rice, and the canned goods are so miscellaneous. Like, got a can of Shipboard RD. It's mostly just canned vegetables, which I usually put in my rice, and some natural vegetables like fruits, apples. Not those are fruit. Yeah, natural vegetables, natural fruits like apples, oranges, potatoes being one of the vegetables. What else? Peppers, but I don't know what to cook with those peppers. Sometimes they give me cucumbers, but the thing is, I really have to go out my way to look at recipes to cook with them, to cook with the vegetables, or I gotta find a way to just eat it straight up, or else it will just go bad. Because the food that I get from the pantry, they go bad real quick. If I don't, if I don't really find out what to eat. They go bad really quick if I don't find out what to eat or how to cook it. Because like I didn't start eating baked potatoes almost every day if it wasn't for this 1 month at the food pantry where they just gave me like a gigantic sack of potatoes. It's really unpredictable sometimes. But I did learn that potatoes have more calcium than bananas. So not calcium, but potassium. Did I say potassium already? Yeah, I whatever. Potatoes do have more potassium than bananas. So hey, I'm getting my potassium though. But people say like it's a very starchy food, but I'm like, what's starch anyway? What the heck is starch? What's the problem with starch? I think it has like too much sugars in it. Starchy food has like a lot of sugars or something. But hey, I need a better nutrition. I need a better nutritionist. I need like I'm trying to eat well. I try to eat good. I try, but I think what I'm missing out mostly in my diet is just protein. Cause oh yeah, they also give me like 5 pounds of chicken of just meat. Sometimes it's like chicken, sometimes it's like ground beef, ground turkey, whatever. But honestly, I've been really good at making my chicken. I don't do it as well as I should because I just put it out into the refrigerator and let it thaw out completely for like a couple days, and then I just have a bunch of seasoning on it. Then I just pop it in the oven. My dad tells me that I should always try to at least marinate it, but I'm like I don't have time to marinate. When it's time for me to eat like the protein, I just want to eat it like right now. I want to eat it day of. I don't want to wait for it to thaw out. Then I'm gonna marinate it for an extra couple extra days. No, I want to eat it like right now, within the day, same day, with it preferably within the next hour, because I know how it gets. And I literally, I've been so scared to cook with chicken because it's different from beef. Because with beef, it's like whatever you can like eat beef raw if you want, but with chicken you can't do that. You got to be extra careful with chicken because if you don't cook it all the way, you're gonna get sick and you're gonna die. Probably not, not that, but you're gonna get sick. You're gonna get sick, and it's not gonna be fun. So I guess I've been getting my fill of protein, like easy protein, because I don't have the energy for food prep. So I just hard boil eggs. Like anytime I get hungry, I just pop a hard boiled egg, like a freaking maniac. Eggs have a lot of protein, right? Let me look that up actually. Yeah, some protein. Oh, hold on. How much protein is in an egg? 7 grams of protein. I need a 6 to 7 grams of protein. Well, I have a large egg. I'm going to. Ugh. I've heard that you should eat like half your body weight in grams in protein every day, but I'm like, how am I supposed to get that? How am I supposed to find freaking? How much do I weigh? I'm like 160. How am I supposed to find 80 grams of protein? How much is? What does 80 grams of protein look like? Like, how is anybody supposed to get? Wait, 80 grams of protein consists of 2 to 3 high protein meals and represents a moderately intake of many adults. Visually, this amount looks like a large chicken breast. Wait, hold up. Plus 3 eggs. 1 cup of ground beef with a cup of green yogurt. Greek yogurt. Green yogurt. I'm going to. I'm gonna freaking die. Like, no way. Wait for the to reach this target. You can combine portions from various sources. And wait, hold on. Wait, so one large chicken breast plus 3 eggs. One, dude, that's enough for me to eat and eat for a day. Period. I don't probably wouldn't even have to eat for the rest of the day. Large steak quesadilla or a heavy protein shake. Studies suggest the body utilizes about 20 to 30 grams per sitting for muscle synthesis, making it more effective to spread intake across multiple meals. This is nuts. I am not. I'm not, I don't think I'm eating that many calories per day. Like, it's over. It's so over. Uh, but yeah, I'm doing my best. I don't eat that much though. Mostly because most of the food at my house is usually just vegetables. What's your comic about? Well, this comic is called Chimera Island. Hold up. This comic is called Chimera Island. Whoa, check it out. Ooh, it's on Amazon. It's about a hidden island striving to find balance. Though what I want to do, it follows 4 characters. One character, Sarah, who wants to find adventures. Another character, Ruth. This character wants to like not earn friends. She wants to find friends. This character, Odd, he wants to earn respect within his community. And this character, Jonathan, who wants to um find out like shoot, it's been a while. He wants to discover his identity, right? His identity. And the way that what I want to do with this story is different from the first comic, Purgatory Academy. And with this one, I want to experiment with story structure. Yes, I know it's time to get back to drawing. With this one, I want to go back to focusing on a different type of story structure, mostly a Kisho Tenketsu style, like the Eastern style of Eastern 4-part storytelling, where but every chapter changes the perspective of the character. Like chapter 1 would be what follows Sarah. Chapter 2 follows Ruth. Chapter 3 follows Odd. Chapter 4 follows Jonathan. And it's kind of like an anthology where one storyline would bleed into another one. And that's one storyline would bleed into another one to get across a larger message that I want to convey within the story. Oh yeah, okay, right. One wants to find friends. Wait, one wants to find an adventure. One wants to find friends. One that wants to earn respect within his community. And the last one trying to discover his identity. That's it. That's the way that I usually go. It's been a while since I pitched. I had to brush up on it. Sorry. And yeah, I'm still working on book 1. Like what I have. This is chapter 0 plus 1. Chapter 0 looks like this. Bam. Yeah, chapter 0 looks like this. It's pretty much a one shot. It's like 50 pages. But covers the introduction to all 4 characters. And plus the world. So yeah, it was I remember writing that. It was pretty fun trying to focus on intent and direction and pacing. So with this story, I don't really think about how many chapters it's going to take because I try to write every chapter as a open and shut type of story, but with an opening loop. Kind of like how you write YouTube videos YouTube shorts where you say what you want to say within the duration of time that you have, and at the end it opens up another loop to get you interested in the next storyline that leads into the next storyline. I want to find a way how to like, I want to keep writing or keep getting at it until I keep that loop, open loop under like going, so I can have a good understanding of how to do it. But like what I want to do with this, one goes into another. But I know with this chapter, I didn't implement that pretty well because during this, I had the mentality of every chapter is probably going to be my last chapter working on it. So I want to say what I want to say. Open, shut. You mean cliffhangers, like for each chapter? Not really like cliffhangers. You know how at the end of YouTube videos where somebody says, "Oh yeah, if you like this, like, oh, if you want to learn more about X, Y, and Z, click here." I want to do something. I want to do something similar to that, where where it preps the audience to knowing we're going to follow this character next. I don't want it to be like a cliffhanger. I guess you could say that, but cliffhanger to me, when I hear that, it sounds corny. You know, it's like, will he? Won't he? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. But the cliffhanger that I want to do is pretty much like an introduction or leading the audience to know where the narrative is going, who is going to get the narrative next, who's the baton, where's the baton's going to pass to next. Very much like the chapter 0, because in chapter 0 that I had a very specific structure in mind with that, because it was like Sarah, Ruth, Odd, and Jonathan, and in between those, I gave myself like what, 12. I gave myself like 10. Yeah, I gave myself 10 pages to introduce each of these characters, and 2 pages of transition, right? And those transition pages were the amount of time that I gave myself to inform the audience about the world. So 2 pages of talking about the world, 10 pages of talking about the character, 2 pages talking about the world that leads into the narrative. That's the perspective switch to the next character, and so on and so forth, until you get to the last character. And like the last transitional section of the one shot is a closer. It's pretty much a closer to say, like, this is what this story is pretty much about. And zooming out, that's pretty much the structure of the entire story. I want it to be formulaic in that way. And it's really funny. What separates me from a lot of different authors that I see is that they are afraid of formulas. And I think I really like formulas. I like tropes. I like things that people are familiar with, because it allows me to work with something. Because if everybody hated if I hated tropes, if I hated a bunch of things that are basically building blocks, you're asking me to play Legos with my imagination. I can't play Legos out of thin air. I can't. I don't know if you watch Baki, but I can't. What's the thing? I can't shadow box my Lego tower. I gotta have something. I feel that tropes are fun to play with. Yeah, I can't shadow box like my own building. No, I have to have concrete Lego pieces. I have to have set pieces. So I can be like, okay, my character is like this. Are there any archetypes like this? Awesome, there's that archetype. Okay, cool. I want to tell this kind of story. What kind of story structure can I adopt to best fit this narrative? Oh, Kisho Tenketsu. Nice. Like, it's very much like that. Like, is there a narrative that people usually attribute? I was like, tropes are really good, not only for the writer, but for the audience to pick up on whatever you have to say. So whatever you say wouldn't sound esoteric. You know what I mean? Because if you really wanna listen to writing, like if you want to read something that probably has like not a lot of basis on universally understood structure of story, you would just read esoteric writings. Like you would just like everything would just be kind of esoteric and archaic and unfamiliar, which makes it difficult to read, and it makes it difficult to read. And when something's difficult to read, it's not going to be difficult to for the audience to follow along. But yeah, that I have extended my thing, uh, my break. So it's time. Well, I'm gonna still talk while I work on this. I just really like talking about things while I work. Oh yeah, another thing about me is that I absolutely love spoilers. If you want to ask a specific question about this series, yeah, feel free to let me know. I can spoil it for you. Because like I said, I go off the assumption that this chapter is probably going to be the last chapter I work on it. So if I just give off spoilers, then I can say this was out in the ether. This is what I thought at the time. Like it's out there in the ether. I'm telling it to somebody. It's written. It's on tape. And if somebody thought that idea is good, then to me it's almost as good as if I actually finished it. There we go. Now look at that. I fully plan on letting this pose being silhouettes, so I'm not gonna focus on the details. Oh yeah, and the art style that inspired me the most for the direction of this comic is Hunter x Hunter. Like the manga. I haven't read a lot of the manga, but what I did was scan a couple chapters because I watched the 2011 anime. I want to go back to watch the 99 anime. Tagashi Disciple, huh? Nice. Yeah. I really I think the reason why I wanted to do that with this series in particular was because I like Tagashi's style of how he draws. Like it's very like sometimes it's very loose. It's very loose, very restrained, but very simple, right? So I want to like keep that simplicity going because this one it's I want it to be completely black and white or grayscale. I don't want to have I don't want to like do what I do with Purgatory Academy where the characters' skin tones, their shirts, their clothing are shaded. I don't want to do that. I want everything to be completely contour. And if I do any kind of grayscale, it's going to be specifically for shading, for mood and shading. And that is a far cry from like Purgatory Academy because in Purgatory Academy is more maximalist compared to this, and it makes sense because like I made this directly after finishing I believe, yeah, book two of Purgatory Academy. And with book two, I tried to. I feel like I've gotten better because I tried to imitate Kentaro Miura as Berserk. Because that's like when I try to imitate someone, I try to imitate someone that's like way better, like a master when it comes to creating comics. So my least interesting panel will look way better than my best looking My least interesting panel in book two would look way better than my best looking panel in book one. You know what I mean? And that also just gets me better to drawing. Thank you for stopping by. Hello, Mason. Hello, everyone. Hello, it's 7th October. Buy Under God. Hey, you, right now, buy Under God. By 7th October. Click that YouTube button. Click that 7th October in the chat. Go in his thing and buy Under God. I did already. Buy it again. Buy it again. I just love doing that. I just love doing that. Anytime somebody collabs with me, I just say buy their book, buy the stuff. I don't even promote. I think that's so funny. I think when I was talking to Comic Ken, I didn't really promote my book that much. I just said, yo, buy Saintly. I didn't think I said Air Rush, but I said buy Saintly. It's like several times. So if Comic Ken ever stops by the whatchamacallit, ever stops by the live stream, just to say hi, I'll just say, yo, buy Saintly. Buy what was his other comic? Darn. But anyway, he's working on Saintly now. That's what he cares about. So buy Saintly. But he's not here yet, so don't buy it yet. Buy it when he gets here. Air Rider. That's what it was. Air Rider. LOL. I appreciate you. Thank you, Yoshi. You too. Thank you, Yoshi, too. Oh, wait. Yeah. Yeah, actually. Yoshi. Hoshi. Whoa. Hold up. Oh, yo. I think I've seen you around. Actually, no. I've seen you around. Are you the guy that I think you are? Let me pause. Let me check this out. An error occurred. No, it didn't. Don't lie to me. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I've seen you on Instagram. Like in another world with my gun. Yo, since you make comics too. Yeah, freaking if you ever want to like hit me up on the whatchamacallit. If you ever want to hit me up on Instagram and just do a live stream together, just let me know. Also, hey, what's up? What's up, Raiders Scum? Raiders Calm. Scum. Raiders Scum. Raiders Calm. Why didn't that show up on my... Why didn't Raiders Calm show up? Dang. Also, welcome. I'm streaming this on Restream. Don't know why. Oh, it did show up. I didn't see it. But welcome. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so you're welcome. You are anytime. Just hit me up on Instagram, and we can probably hash out a time. Or we can just probably do it right now. I really don't care. These streams are so unprofessional. Literally, it's just, yo, I have an open door policy. I have an open door policy. Like, yo, if you can hang, you can hop on a call. Pause. You can hop on a call. Tongue slip. You can hop on a call. No problem. I freaking love and I hate how I thumbnail this. Because, at one hand, it gives me a lot of freedom. Also, 7th October. How was your stream? It was pretty rad when I was there. I had to jump off. I think I told you. I had to jump off to prepare for this stream. And I had to. Not had to. I decided to eat a baked potato again. Well, no, it's not like it's my second one. I had to eat a baked potato. This is odd. Okay, yeah, okay. I'm trying to remember what they're saying here. I remember. It went great. I got hungry. Cooking now, lol. Yeah, you gotta get your food. Food is a scam, but you gotta get it. Okay, so really it's that. This is actually the end of their conversation. I suppose. I guess because what's going on here is the younger sister, the younger sister, her name's Red, is talking to this middle child, Christina, about getting the youngest sister, Ruth, a part in the play. And their play is kind of like their imagine their play kind of like a nativity play that kids do, but it's kind of like an amped up nativity play where it's you have agents that's like scouting to get people that show up, scouting, getting people like careers as childhood actors, stuff like that. So Ruth wants to be part of the play so she can find friends, so she can be not popular, but she can earn friends that way. But and the middle sister and Christina right here, the middle sister over here, she has a she's basically the assistant manager, and she can basically get Ruth in without Ruth auditioning for it. And that's what this eldest sister, Red, wants to convince them, like Christina, to do. And Christina's like, no, I don't do this nepotism thing. If she wants to get in this play, she's gonna have to try out and she has to be good, like everybody else. And Red is like, nepotism is stupid, dumb, and gay. No, not nepotism. She says like, no, meritocracy is stupid, dumb, and gay. Like, we have family, so we can abuse the system. Like, so your sister, what like our sister wants to get in this play. You have the power to get her into this play. It doesn't matter if she's bad. Get her in this play. Like, in the middle sister is like, no, she has to do it, and she has to be good. So that's what this whole back and forth is about. I do remember, like, I do know, like, they also run a family shop selling eggs, and they run a family store selling eggs, and I thought it was pretty funny that Red, she was like, yeah, is like when our parents pass, are they going to give the owners of the shop to somebody more qualified, or they're going to give it to us? Talking about her, like, she's trying to prove her point that how nepotism is good because after their parents are gone, they're going to inherit the egg business from their parents. It's like a small mom and pop shop. They're going to inherit like the egg business from their parents, right? And the eldest sister is like, we are the most qualified. Like, we've been working at the store since we were kids. We are the most qualified, dummy. Like, that always made me laugh. That always made me laugh. That is the truth. So many jobs I worked for asked if you have a family member or a friend that need a job, give them this link and use you as a reference. Yeah, I don't know what. Oh my gosh. I think it's a nice little back and forth talking about idealism in realism and idealism. What is the opposite of idealism? Reality, I guess. Yeah, realism, reality. Even though, like, I don't know. I also like letting the less smart character have the reasonable position. However, it's because they are well, both of them are reasonable in a way, right? Both of them are reasonable in a way because yes, everybody wants the best person for the job. However, you like everybody like even though that would be nice, it is not how the world works. That's just not how the world works. You know? And it's really fun to have the inexperienced person, the inexperienced character, uh, explain that, but not to the extent to be convincing. Like they are right, but right message, wrong messenger. And that I love that type of trope. I love that type of thing. Dude, I've written this like I written this like 3 years ago. like, like, I gotta look at the script. I written this like years ago, and even to this day, I'm like, what's happening here? Oh yeah, I remember what happened here. Like, I just have to look at it for a second, and then I'm like, okay, yeah, so this, and I can just pick up where I left off. And I think it's because of how I structure story. Where I'm like, what am I trying? Because it all goes to a theme of that theme of what am I trying to say. If I remember what I'm trying to say, then I'm like, okay, yeah, this is what I'm trying to say, and these characters are the vehicle of how I can get that message across. And it makes sense for both of them to talk like that, to talk like how they do, or have the perspective that they do. And she's here saying like, you have the influence, and she's like, nah, it's not. It's never that easy. And the conversation breaks with Ruth, the little chick, the little girl Ruth, the fat one, the youngest one, um, uh, walking beside them, not beside them, but walking between them, and she's going to meet Sarah at the park because and the reason why she's meeting Sarah at the park is because it ties in from chapter one. And there was an open loop of chapter one where she said like, "Yo, you want to go to the park?" And not really, do you want to go to the park? It's like Sarah has a run in. Oh my gosh, in chapter one. Oh my gosh, that means I have to explain what happened in chapter one too. Ugh. But it's not that much. It's not that much. It's usually the big idea of chapter one of Chimera Island was that Sarah gets a reality check. She can't make her life all about her because she can't make her life all about her. So she has to. So she feels like she needs to do something to prove that she cares about the people around her, or she cares about the people around her, or cares about like where she is in life. So a way that she wants to extrinsically show that is to be a part of this like important play of the Chimerian myth. And Ruth wants to be like Sarah wants to be in the part of the play. Ruth wants to be part of the play. So Ruth is like, "Yo, let's rehearse. Let's hang out. Let's link up." And that's how the first chapter ends, and it leads to this chapter. and this chapter starts with Ruth hyping herself up, saying that she's going to be the biggest star on the island, on Chimera Island. But she's a terrible dancer. She kind of has no talent. She's just very nice. She's just really good with people. But the thing is, the irony is, people don't want to be around her because she's a bad omen. Dude, that's just me. That's me. I love irony. Irony makes everything so much interesting. So much interesting. Irony makes things so interesting. Like it's all around. Like honestly, it's all around Purgatory Academy too. Or our parents gonna give our jobs to somebody more qualified, or they're gonna give it to us. We're the most qualified, dummy. We're the most qualified. That makes me laugh still. Have you posted a short and then go live? I am telling you. Well, I've done that before, and it doesn't help me that much. It doesn't help me as much. It doesn't really help me that much, really. I wish it did. But I'm telling you, dog. I'm just giving up. If I find it effective. Okay. I heard people say that that they should do that, but I haven't. I haven't found it effective. That honestly, it's really good. Honestly, actually, when I did that, I ended up getting a lot more children on my live. Don't give up. No, I'm not like no. Like if I like, every time I say I give up or I'm depressed, I give up. It's pretty hyperbolic because if I completely gave up, I wouldn't be here. Like, I wouldn't be doing comics. I wouldn't be live streaming. Like the fact that I'm still here is pretty good. It's all right. If anything, honestly, I'm gonna wait a couple days out and see how live streaming on my Facebook page is doing, because gaining money on YouTube is just not it's not effective. It's just not it. YouTube doesn't really push me as well. I really should go back. Well, sure. It wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt if I know how to do a thing, and that is setting up a short. I can make clips. Clips are fine. I can make clips. I can do that. It's not that hard, actually. Like how like what's the difference? Like do you well, yeah, I guess I could. Do you wait an hour or do you go live? Do you wait an hour after you post that short, or do you uh post the short then immediately go live? You want to know what's something crazy? I feel like I'm balding. Just because I just realized how tacked in my hair is. I have like, what's it called? Like C3 hair. Like, what's the hairstyle like C3? Yeah, but I don't know. I have like, yeah, I have like really tight curly hair, and I'm like, am I going bald? But I'm just I never really allowed my hair to like grow out. Remember the anime MVs I took from that and applied it to what I'm doing now. Like, what do you mean specifically? Like adding music and filters to your art, to your drawing process. Okay, dude, freaking recording your process, your live streaming process, or drawing process, art process, is like content gold. Like documenting is absolutely content gold. You sync the music to your art. I gotta try. Okay, we'll see if I can try it out. Dude, I it would be really it would be really beneficial if I had like a group of people, like a group of people to help me out, like on the Facebook front, to see what works. Just try out each to try out strategies, because I've been seeing a lot. I've been hyping myself up a little bit too much because I've been seeing a handful of gurus talking about earning $1,000 just by posting on Facebook, and it's not even reels, because people I keep seeing people say reels don't even make that much money. Most people make their money just by posting images on like posting images on Facebook. So I'm like, hold up, I make images. In fact, this whole page can be an like this page can be an image. Like this friggin' thumbnail can be an image. This screenshot can be an image. Like this sketch, this really rough rudimentary sketch can be an image. Are you telling me if I can find a way to get a lot of people to care about the images that I make on Facebook, I could make bank off of that? That's crazy. That's awesome. That might be what I need to actually fund making comics. And if you know, oh my gosh, literally, I also want to say this. The Rebel Taxi podcast or interview with Peter Chung kind of changed my perspective of posting content on the internet, because the main thing that he said that changed my brain chemistry was how the differences between working on film, working on movies, and working on TV. When you work on when like he's an animator, right? And of course, I'm pretty sure a lot of people here knows who Peter Chung is. If you're here and you don't know who Peter Chung is, like that's crazy. But he said working on TV. Well, actually, let's start with working on film. Working on film, you only see like 20% of the work of the effort that's put into it. If you see the final film, you're seeing like 20% of the effort, and 80% is locked behind either bonus scenes or deleted forever. Delete behind bonus scenes, and the bonus scenes are what they want to show you, or it's just deleted forever. Or maybe, just maybe, for the people who really want to care, it's like you probably would find it in an art book. But on TV they let nothing go to waste, because TV animation, especially in the 90s, it is expensive. It is crazy expensive. It's still crazy expensive, and everybody moved to digital. And they outsource everything to Korea. Like, you know what I mean? But in TV animation, they remake they make promos. Just actually no, go to any TV animated bumper and know how much they reuse animation from the episode, and they just recontext it within the bumper. Like they let nothing go to waste. And if there's behind the scenes, they'll probably do like a bonus thing. They'll probably put it on the Blu-ray, but they have to like use, they have to reuse, syndicate everything that they have on TV because they have to make every single dollar back, dog. They spent big bucks on making TV animation, so they gotta try to make as much, stretch that dollar as long as possible. So I'm taking that process and putting it into my Facebook content. And with that Facebook content, it's like speed painting. You have speed painting. You have what Seventh October says, like making AMVs, syncing the music to panels of your art. Or you can just do slideshow of your panels. Or you can just show like the individual panels, or you can show the whole page. And like that, all of that is like content that you can pretty much post like several times a day. And the interesting thing about Facebook, their algorithm is not like YouTube where things are evergreen. Like the lifespan of a post is pretty much like 3 days at most. And they don't care if you repost content, your own content. So like a post that you made like 30 or 60 days ago, you can just post it again. And Facebook would not penalize you for it. They actually encourage it. Because, like it said, their top priority is keeping people on the platform. And 90% of the people who looks at your content are new people. So I'm like, yo, this is good. And that doesn't stop there. You can even put links in your posts. You can put links in your post. The links to your freaking store in your posts. And you can make money off of that too. So you got people making $100 days just by posting on Facebook, and you can add them a couple extra change by adding links to your post to your store, so people can buy the full book or the ebook or whatever. Like, dog, yo, hello, that's awesome. And nobody looks at Facebook. Everybody wants to go on TikTok. Everybody wants to go on Twitter. I'm like, that, like the opportunity there is interesting. It's like I'm spending like $5 a day on ads trying to boost my engagement. So when it gets to the time where YouTube understands who likes my content, that would shorten my time expected to be part of the monetization program and figure out how I'm going to gain not just followers but constant engagement. Because when I pay for ads, I put my target on tier 1 America, like the usual tier 1 country, the 5 Eyes: America, Europe, Australia, New Zealand, and the UK. And did I say Europe? I'm sorry, UK and Canada. Sorry, and Japan and South Korea. Sending it to North Korea, and Japan and South Korea because they have a pretty big graphic novel or audience there, and they're still tier 1 countries. So I send it to those countries, and I would get inexpensive engagement on there just to build up the algorithm of people who would enjoy my content. And we'll see what happens from there. The thing that I have to look out for right now is try to find a way to get enough views, constant views on it. Well, the more you post, it's kind of like YouTube in a way, where not like YouTube, but the more you post, the more views you'll get. And if I'm focusing on getting tier 1 views from tier 1 countries, and if my RPM, rates per mil, which is like rates per 1,000 people, I gotta check my RPM, but the RPM for people in America is like 10. There gotta be a fact check, but it's around like $10, a little bit more, for every 1,000 views. That's what I've seen. I gotta check the Facebook RPM. in tier 1 countries. Okay, so it really depends on your niche, I guess. It really depends because people say like RPM, which rates per mil. I gotta make sure, is mil like 1,000 people? But an RPM is like $8 at the low end. It can be up to 20 in the high end. I'm just doing a quick search. So that's like per 1,000 views. But yeah, that's what I'm per 1,000 views. Well, rate per mil, revenue. Well, revenue, not rate. Revenue per mil. Do I have that? Yeah, money you earn per 1,000 video views. Revenue per mil. Like you have to look up like what are tier 1 countries, because you can't have like 1,000 views from a tier 2 or a tier 3 country. That's that's when everything's gonna tank. Not everything's gonna tank, but that's when you're gonna need to get more views per country. So right now I'm just targeting my ads on those tier 1 countries. I can go sicko mode and go through like every tier 1 country and make sure they only speak English. Like, I can do that. I mean, I did do that. That was all right. But my engagements were like at 1 cent. But since I think my engagement is like 1 cent per engagement right now, which is fine. But I'm really looking for people who leave emotes or something like that. That's when I can send them invites to follow my page. Usually they don't like follow from that invite, but when they do, Meta just counts that invite as an organic invite. I'm sorry, you guys got me. Well, I don't know how I got into this conversation. I just started being autistic about monetizing comic content on the internet. Don't know how I got there, but I don't know how I got here, but we're here. I gotta get back to drawing this. I don't know, like, I keep thinking about what Yoshi said. Like, I don't know, like, I haven't gotten people, like, compliment me by my compositions, and I'm like, my composition's that good? I always think my compositions are pretty alright. It's serviceable, usually. But I appreciate it. All the same. Also, what I really like about animal characters are their silhouettes. I like doing silhouette stuff, like these panels right here, where when I don't have enough space to draw the details of them. Go on any good splash pages? I haven't. Wait, I don't think I've scanned it in yet. On this chapter, is not like a detailed splash page, but I do have like a double page spread of Ruth just dancing, doing like several dance moves. Hold up, let me see if it should be on here. No. It should be back here. Da 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 da. It's all in the thumbnail. not gonna look as great because I don't know how much light it picks up. Like, I want to make it a little bit more filled. You can barely see it what's happening, but I want to do more than like four. I kind of want to make it a collage of her doing like different poses and dance moves, because like what's going on in this part of the story is she's waiting for Sarah, but Sarah's running like really late. So Ruth decides to like strike up a conversation with some girls that she knows, or like acquaintances of her, but they don't really want to be around her. So Ruth is trying to be friendly and saying what she's doing at the park, saying that she's trying out for the Chimera play, and they're like, "Oh, you're gonna do it? That's." They're just making fun of her. They're like, "Oh, you're doing that?" They're pretty much roasting her. Like, I remember I was laughing so hard because they were pretty much roasting her. Like, I remember there's this one line that I wrote that Ruth says, "I was waiting for my friend," and like one of the girls, she's like, "You have friends?" Like, right? It's stuff like that. But Ruth is like, she's not getting that they're making fun of her, right? Because like everything that they say is like kind of a backhanded compliment. But everything they say to her is like a backhanded compliment. But like anybody, like the audience who are very socially aware, it's one of those things where you've probably done this to a person that you don't like, or they've done this to, or somebody that didn't like you've done that to you, right? It's that I want to invoke that feeling of I wanted to invoke that feeling of that kind of bullying, where she's like, "Oh yeah, I want to try out." And like, "What are you trying to do?" She's like, "I want to dance," and she's like, "Oh, you dance?" And the girls kind of come like talk amongst each other. Well, they don't really talk amongst each other. There's like a split-second thing where like two girls are like, "Oh man, I gotta see this. This is gonna be quality cringe entertainment." While one of the girls who's like nice is not really in the loop. She's like, "Well, we should probably we should probably calm down." Like, we don't want her to embarrass herself, but they're like, "Shut up." Like, dance for us. So there's like that double page spread of her doing several dance moves. But after that, she's panting because she moved around a lot. She jittered a lot. And they're all like, "Wow, that's really bad." And then they all leave laughing because they just said some stupid excuse like, "Oh yeah, I think I left my oven on," or something like that. It's like, "I left my other oven on. I think my I think I might kill my pet or something. I think my house is gonna burn down." Like, I think I left my eye on. It's like, "Yeah, I gotta help you out. I gotta help my friend out with this eye that she left on in her house." So they just give some BS excuse and they leave laughing at her. And Ruth is like, "Oh, they just played me for a fool and played me for a fiddle." My oven. Yeah, yeah. It's like, yeah, it's something like that. It's like something that's clearly a lie, but they're like, "Yeah, I don't care. I gotta go. I gotta make up a reason to get out of here." And then Ruth is like, "Oh yeah, they just played me as a fool. I guess I'll just sit down waiting for Sarah again." And Sarah eventually comes. I always thought it was cruel torturing my characters. You gotta have fun. No. You gotta. Sometimes you gotta have fun. No, I don't see it as torture, right? Because it's something that I feel like you're really putting them through it. No, like it's like honestly, Honestly, it's I do have a tribe of people in this series where that are called the overseers. They are like zookeepers, the law enforcement, and politician. Not really politicians because they're pretty much above politics. They're pretty much above politics and stuff like that. Think of them as like the Illuminati. They're like the Illuminati, the shadow government, and zookeepers all formed into like one conglomerate, right? And they control everything about Chimera Island. They are pretty much my stand-in of it would be really funny if I mess with this character this way. And I can't wait until I get to those points in the story where where they just talk amongst each other of like, "Yo, it would be really funny if I did this," but they're like, "No, we can't do that. That's too messed up. We don't want to kill this guy. We just want to push him enough so he'll do X. So then we'll do Y, and then we'll be a public example of Z." You know what I mean? It's like a very much. It's kind of like a very manipulative thing. It's kind of like how that's going. That's what's in like the underbelly. Like every fourth chapter of of this story, it includes that in some way. And I even included that in chapter 0, a little bit. And the reason why it's the fourth chapter because it's the chapter that's surrounded by Jonathan, the kid that's trying to find his identity. And the reason why he's trying to find his identity is because he has he comes from two Chimerian parents, right? But he's not supposed like two Chimerian parents of different breeds, right? And crossbreeding is not really allowed because they are told that crossbreed children, they don't live long because they don't have the genetics to survive. I want to do some spoilers on that, but I don't know how much people care about that. If you want me to spoil it, just feel free to let me spill the beans because I don't really care. But anyway, but you have Jonathan. The reason why I want to do it with Jonathan because he has like this double life of he is an overseer. He's of the overseer class, but he is Chimerian born. However, the overseer class, they don't see him as another overseer. They don't see him as another overseer, while the Chimerian class, they see him as one of them. So he always feels closer to chimeras than he does with the other overseers. And like when I dip into the overworld, the overseer world, then you get into like there's a lot of like tomfoolery and like strings being being pulled and just overseers just trying like having fun with treating this world like a glorified ant farm. Like I said, it's a zoo to them. This is like literally The Sims to them. like for the Chimerians, like this is real. This is real life. But to the overseers, it's like the Truman Show. Like this is The Sims. Oof, can I borrow eggs in an oven to bake a cake? My oven just exploded. Checks. Real. Yeah, but that's my oven. Yeah. Checks mix. Yeah. But I don't, like I said, I enjoy irony. I really enjoy irony because it's fun to write. And I feel like irony is so true to life. And it doesn't have to be funny irony. It can be sad irony too. There's a lot of things that are ironic and sad. Oh yeah, I just remembered like the reason why I designed the sisters. I remember I have the physical sketchbooks of whatchamacallit of Ruth's sisters. Cuz I remember when I originally I sketched the Ruth sisters in the thumbnails, they were supposed to be the same age as Ruth. right? And I remember there was like a split second decision to make to give them all an age gap. Like to make the three sisters have an age gap. So like all three of them are adults while Ruth is kind of a child. She's like a teen, like a preteen, still a child. And I'm like, wait a second, that's a pretty good idea. And the reason, and also, what I like about their designs, they show off how diverse, uh, like Chimera design philosophy can be. Because you would have some characters that are more animalistic in nature, while some like so you have like one sister that's more animalistic in nature, which is like she's literally just a giant chicken, while some are more anthropomorphic and like humans in nature, like the middle child who's more human. She has a little bit more human features in terms of her body, while the younger sister Red, she has a mix of two. She she has like a mix of animalistic and humanistic anthropomorphic features, and they're all related. And I wanted to do that to show that the genetics are very interesting. Like genetically, the physical traits are very diverse. Like you can have one Chimera that looks like, I don't know, freaking Judy Hopps, another one that looks like Lola Bunny, and another one that looks like freaking uh uh what was it? What was that? A another character that what's another rabbit? Like from what was it? Watership Down. Like you would have like Judy Hopps for one. You would have like Lola Bunny for one, and another rabbit from like Watership Down, and they could all literally be siblings. I think that idea is very interesting. It opens the door to for a lot of interesting character designs. Personally, the Nesquik one. Oh yeah, the live action movie who played. Oh, that one live action movie play who play Watership Down. Yeah. Hold up. Isn't Watership? Hold up. Watership. Isn't that the one with the rabbits? Yeah, that's the one with the rabbits. I know that's a crazy reference. That's a crazy reference to pull out, but that was like what was that was like the closest thing to my head. I forgot the name. Yeah, who played Roger Rabbit? I think it was. Yeah, who framed Roger Rabbit? That's another pretty good example. That's another good example. But I want to have like a style. I don't want to make something that looks too cartoony. I kind of want them all to have a coherent style. Cuz I don't want everything to look like not Who Framed Roger. I don't want everything to look like Smiling Friends. Where the whole even though like not no shade to the design philosophy of Smiling Friends, where the whole point or the Amazing World of Gumball, no shade to that, but the whole appeal of Smiling Friends or Gumball is that you have all of these really like these vastly like huge differences in design philosophy crammed into like one composition. I want them to all feel believable that they're in the same world. Kind of like King. I know this. Hold on, bear with me when I say this. I want it to be something like Kingdom Hearts, like the original Kingdom Hearts characters, where you would have the Disney characters, then you have the Square Enix characters, and then you would have like the original Kingdom Hearts characters of Sora, Kairi, Riku, and the Organization 16, where they don't feel too out of place as that bridge, right? You would have some character, you would have some chimeras that look like animals. You have some chimeras that look like uh, your typical anime or like not anime, but I don't like how they design animals. Like anthropomorphic characters. You have something that looks like You Framed Roger Rabbit, and then you would have like something in the things in between. and I want them all to feel cohesive. That makes you feel like, oh yeah, I can see these characters interacting within the same universe. I want it to be like that. I want the design philosophy to be like that. Fritz the Cat. I freaking like Fritz the Cat. That's a pretty good movie. Yeah, that's another good one. That's a good that's a good humanistic anthropomorphic character design. You would have like that would be on like the far end. That'll be like on the far end of like the anthropomorphic characters where they look like Fritz the Cat characters. Like Fritz the Cat anatomy, I should say. And then you have everything in between. Also, the one thing that I like to say about everything in between is that Christina, for an example, she has human body, but a chicken head. Like human hair. Well, a lot of people have human. I have a little theory about that. Human hair, but she has like chicken wings, like bird wings, and like the tail feathers. So like she like, but Chris like Red, her sister, right here. I think this is another good one. She has like a human like a slim human frame, but she has bird legs. She a slim human frame, but she has bird legs, and like human hands, arms and hands, like really freaky stuff. Like they are literally freaks of nature. Like literally freaky stuff. But I want to make it as like appealing as possible. And I don't think her top leg should be this long, but that's an accident. That's an accident. Like she has like a human frame, torso, bird legs, but like her arms are like human arms with talons and stuff like that, and stuff like that. Yeah. Like if you think about it, in reality, if you saw something like that in real life, you would turn the other way and run. But I want to present it in a way that it's like, oh, that makes sense in this world. Okay, so she is like I said, like wow, I didn't make no progress. I was just talking about straight up lore, and I cannot make lore videos to save my life because I don't. The reason why I can't make videos is I probably can. They could be interesting, but I don't trust that the YouTube algorithm would be like, yeah, I'll show this to people. Because if I'm doing something on YouTube, I'm not really doing it for fun. I'm doing it to make sure people are interested in my stuff, and I gotta make sure that people see it. I don't think I've shown what the eldest sister looks like yet. See, Chimera Island, Book 1, Raw, Chapter 2. Eeny, meeny, miny, probably this one. No, that's not it. Oh, well, that's not a bad one. I'm trying to see if I have like a full shot of her. Like, yeah, this is the eldest sister who's pretty much a chicken, like a giant chicken. And another interesting thing about it is that chimeras kind of come in shapes and sizes. I would kind of classify like this character as a giant feral. I would call them a giant feral. Even like Ruth, I would classify her as a giant feral. Because if you and a giant feral is just like an anthropo is just a one chimera that looks like an animal, but they are human size. You would have these regular size chimeras, feral chimeras. They're called. I would call them critters in this world. And then you would have like a giant ferals, or I would call them big critters. Actually, big critter sounds like a good category. It's not official yet. Oh yeah, this is also a good example of what I'm saying. What I say that how I want to deal with the grayscale. And I like the what's this thing called? The screen tones for texture. I think the screen tones are a pretty good texture. Like it could be flat, but I like the screen tones for texture. Actually, I think I can grab another example, a perfect example. If I have a good one from chapter 1. No, that's not it. Probably this one. Yeah, right here. This is Sarah. This is her sister Jasmine, and this is also her sister. Shoot, I forgot her name. I forgot her name. I gotta look it up. But this is also her sister. Her sister's pretty young. This would be like a critter because I think she's a pretty big critter actually. But this is probably as big as she's gonna get, and she's young. Like I want to imagine she's like what, 4 or 5 years old. She's technically like a critter. She feels like a pretty big for a rabbit. But you guys get the point. You guys get the point. Okay, so let's see. Da, 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 da. Trying to be expressive. The hands out. It's like, yo, why aren't you? Wait. How to do a hand check. Try to find out where the thumbs go. I had to figure out where thumbs go. Maybe I should make her a little bit smaller. There we go. But yeah, First the Cat was a pretty good series. Also, I forgot to say, welcome to the chat, Kenny. XX underscore Ibuki Kenny. There we go. Welcome to the chat. Pretty late to say welcome, but welcome. Oh yeah, Danganronpa. Yeah, that's from Danganronpa. I'm trying to remember which one that was from. Was it from 2? It's been forever since I have seen a playthrough of Danganronpa. That was years ago. It's good to be here again. Yay! Appreciate it. I appreciate it. It's so funny how much how much lore I forgot. Because I almost forgot about how every Chimera in this world wears a sash that says A or B. And A or B. To them, it's like a fashion thing. It is, but it isn't. It's like a category of if they are healthy, if they are born healthy. If you're B, then you're not. Then you're not. You're not born healthy, or you are or you are a clone, not somewhat of a clone. Yeah, I think the whole thing was like a clone. I think I might change it. But you're not born naturally. That's what bees are. And when you're not born naturally, that just means you're prone to dying soon. You're prone to living a short life. And yeah, you're prone to living a short life. And you cannot procreate. Like literal genetic dead end. Like if you're a bee, that means you are a literal genetic dead end and a genetic time bomb. I'm so down gone Rampa brain rotted. I can't hear hope, despair, the ultimate without double taking. Hear hope, despair, and ultimate without double taking. And it's set 7 a.m. and 11 p.m. alarms to Monokuna morning and nighttime announcements. Yeah, that freaking the soundtrack on Danganronpa is crazy good. Crazy good. I remember I was so close. I was like this close to putting a Danganronpa reference in the first in the first 10 pages of Purgatory Academy, and I was like, no, I will not do that. That's how old Purgatory Academy was. I remember I was so close because the protagonist, like Travis, the protagonist in Purgatory Academy, he walks into the school for the first time and it's a gymnasium full of other teenagers, and I was like this close to making a Danganronpa reference, and I was like, no, I must resist. But a Jackass reference like snuck in there, so it is what it is. I think after that I was like, yeah, no more referential humor. I got it out the way. First 25 pages, I got every referential humor out of my system. That won't make me stop. That won't stop me from referencing things, but I have to be more creative with my references. Not like with not like when OST is so peak. I'm listening to Hope for Spring right now. It that itself is Danganronpa ref. Yeah. No, I remember one thing that I hate the most was referential humor. Like it's an easy laugh. It's a easy yeah, it's an easy laugh, but I'm like no, I can't do that. I gotta stop that right there. Stop it right there. What is this? This thumbnail makes her look bald and have like a freaking egghead. Like, mm. No, she's like she goes like that. Like I really want to. Well, like when I get off and I finish drawing for today, I really just want to continue playing Breath of Fire 4. But I'm like, I gotta schedule uploads for tomorrow. Not for tomorrow, but for the next week on Facebook. I have to be responsible. I have to be. I have to be on my job. Also, I just noticed I accidentally slimmed down Ruth's oldest sister in chapter 2. She's not supposed to be that thin. Definitely playing Breath of Fire 2 late tonight. It's well, yeah. Yeah. 2 is such a good one to play. 1, no. I would recommend everybody skip Breath of Fire 1. Only play it if you really want to see the beginnings. And those beginnings are so freaking archaic. Like, I was so hyped for Breath of Fire when I was playing it. I got my friend to start playing it. And he's like, yo, freaking the first one sucks eggs. And I'm like, you can just skip it. Like, I didn't even finish Breath of Fire. Well, I'm not gonna expose myself. I didn't finish 2 or 3. I got to the final boss, but they were both kind of whack in their own ways. 2, it was my fault. The boss of Breath of Fire 2 was my fault. Because it was a certain a thing, like I had to do a certain thing to make the health go down. I like the first one has nostalgia to me. Like, it's rough. It's so rough. 2, I just didn't have enough MP to make the enemy's health go down as fast, and I just didn't feel like spending hours spamming the same attacks. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna look it up online. And surprise, surprise, I would have gotten the worst ending anyway. Not the worst ending, but a bad ending anyway. Kenny says I should stay up all night making music, playing DRV2, drawing, or writing fanfics. I would vote sleep, but that's just me. I am Unk with grandpa eyesight. I am Unk with grandpa glasses, so don't listen to me. I would be like, I'd rather sleep. Have you tried eating your vegetables? That sounds like a good idea. Have you tried getting good grades? That sounds cool. I took a 5-hour nap. I'll be fine. Dude, that's not how. Oh my god. You're not supposed to take 5-hour naps. Naps are supposed to be like 1 hour. Okay. She's turning around. I like vegetables though. I don't care. I was getting that. Nobody likes vegetables. If people had that, if people liked vegetables, we wouldn't psy up our children to start eating them. Like I can't eat a vegetable straight up like how I can eat a fruit. Fruits are good. Vegetables are lame because they don't have as much flavor. Like you literally have to like I literally have to put a potato in the microwave for 10 minutes in order for it to like be good, you know? Good enough to eat. I gotta freaking scrape off a carrot so my stomach wouldn't kill me. You know, I just ate like all the nasty parts on the outside. And it still tastes all right, I guess, but it's not as flavorful as a banana. It doesn't have the juice of an orange, the citrusy, and like and a the citrus of an orange, the lasting smell that you can freaking bring you back to the past, like back when nothing mattered. Why are you microwaving potatoes? Put it in an air fryer. It takes longer. It takes longer in an air fryer. I don't want to pop a potato in an air fryer for 40 minutes. I microwave my potatoes because it takes like 10 minutes. Like I had a huge sack of potatoes and it was either wait 40 minutes to eat a potato in like 5 minutes, or I could pop a potato in the microwave, like coat it with bacon grease. Wait, I could like get out a potato, wash it, puncture holes in it, like slather it with bacon grease, pop it in the microwave. Wait, oh yeah, put salt on the skin, pop it in the microwave. It takes like 5 minutes. It says who? What recipe are you using? Why are you lying to me? In fact, you're banned. Hold up. Air fryer potatoes. Let's see. Air fried potatoes. Roasted potatoes. Let's see. Let me check. Da 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 da. One recipe. The first recipe. Give me numbers. I need numbers. Cook for 400 degrees for 10 minutes. Alright, well, I'll be darned. Never mind. Wait, hold up. But it's chopped up. It's chopped up. I want like a whole potato. I don't want to cut my potatoes. I want a whole potato. I want a whole potato. Well, actually, never mind. I can cut up my potatoes. That's not that bad. It's not that bad. I can cut up my potatoes. Wash, cut potatoes in one. Yeah. A small diced potatoes usually take 18-20 minutes, while larger pieces, like a whole baked potato, requires 35 to 45 minutes. Okay. But I don't want to cut my potatoes. They're too hard. I'm a cook. Oh yeah, well I'm hungry, so like all the time. And I have the internet and I'm lazy. That's what I should say. You're a cook, well I am lazy. Like what is the freaking what do you do to to bake potatoes in the air fryer for 5 minutes? Name me your name me your recipe of how do you make your baked potatoes and you bake your potatoes in the air fryer for 5 minutes. It cannot be done. For 5 minutes? Dog, come on. Can't do it in 10. Let's see. Proxy, try to find a reasonable price for a display tablet. It's trying to find a reasonable price for a display tablet. It's like trying to find the Holy Grail. It just doesn't exist. I usually go to UG. Like, what do you mean by reasonably priced? What's your budget? First, you wash your potatoes, and you put it at 450 in 50 minutes. Don't try this at home. I just used my memory to remember the recipe. I have a bad memory. Brother, don't talk to me. I'm a cook, but I don't know how to cook this. Crazy. Let me go to Amazon. Like, this tablet right now is like my second UG tablet. And the only reason I got this tablet... This is my second UG tablet. And the only reason why I got this tablet was because my last one... Oh my gosh, freaking... It's lard over here. Because my last one, this one... Like, this one isn't working. It's a working monitor, right? Oh wait, sorry. This one is a working monitor. I also like how it's like doubles as a kickstand, but they don't sell this anymore. Like they don't sell this anymore. Like UG is cool. They make cheap stuff. They make like pretty inexpensive drawing tablets. But the thing is, like, if you buy a UG product, don't expect it to be like them to like hold that service for long. Cause I had to buy a new tablet because both of my stylus for this one just didn't work anymore. They just didn't work. They didn't want to charge. That's what it was. They couldn't hold a charge anymore. And this I got this like back in 2017, like way back when Wacom they had a patent for stylus technology. Because before, like Wacom put a patent for like you needed to charge your stylus in order for it to use it. No, you can use a stylus without a charger. They patent that. But when the patent ran out, that's when everybody started like using like these wireless, like these chargeless stylus. Wacom sucks, but as I was saying, I got this, and it's pretty good. I like it, but I don't think they sell this on Amazon anymore. I think they do. I think they do. I want to grab a Canvas 13 Gen, but I can't find a reseller. There's no point in ordering a Julian themselves because they border tax is way too high. Oh, okay. Let me check UG. No computer. Oh, they're really trying to go for a like a wireless. Wow, they're really trying to go for like a art centered wireless tablet now. That's interesting. Yeah, UG really pretty much have cheap tablets under the $300 range. The ones that are looking like $300 or more, they're just selling like media tablets that you can draw on. That are made. It looks like they're selling like media tablets that are made for drawing. Which is honestly, I probably need that. I'm not gonna lie. If I traveled a lot, I'd probably get something like that. If I traveled a lot, like I do have a an iPad, but it's an old one. It's a very old one. Not like super old, but it's like kind of outdated. Uh, Yoshi says XP Pen 15.6 is pretty decent and cheap for now for Gen 1, Gen 2. Isn't that much isn't that much more, but it's a good upgrade. Border tax would make me pay $320 for a $220 product. Oh yeah. Isn't that nuts? But isn't that your budget though? Out of principle, I'm not doing that. Right. Okay. Cool. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. I guess your best place is your best bet is going to like Facebook Marketplace or eBay. If that's your best bet. If the product costs 220, I'm gonna go 270. Da 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 da. Let me see if there's anything specific because UG, I like UG because man, their stuff like last. I'm just an idiot. Like I like this one. I'm an idiot because I forgot to buy a screen protector, so it's a pretty scratched up screen because I'm a dummy. Yeah, but UG really has some cheap stuff, some inexpensive options. I like that. Connected to the connected to the your computer. I'm looking at either an XP pen or a Huion. I'm not familiar with either of them. So I hope you find your. I hope you find it. I see a song of past romance. I see sacrifice of man. I see portrayals and betrayals of a brother's final stand. Epic the music. WL quote of the day. All right. Reference. I'm drawing a one by whack a one by Wacom. I my mind just instantly clicked to One Piece. Sorry, my mind like autocorrect words. It's a bad habit. I'm drawing on a one by Wacom, the non-display trackpad thing. Oof. I love screen tablets. I love my capybara. That just came to mind when I said that. Pill time. I love my capybara. What happened to my capybara? I used it for years. I'm used to it. I recently had an opportunity to draw on a display one, and I want one. Oh yeah, it's like crack. It reminds me of when I used a bidet in Japan, where where the first time I used it, I was like, "Yo, I'm not letting like robots clean my bunghole. I'm a man. I don't need to. I don't need no robot to freaking shoot water up there. I'm good." But after a week in Japan, I was like, "Yo, what do you mean I have to wipe myself? What am I, a caveman?" I was like, "That's what that's what it feels like sometimes." I would not describe it like that. Still, I this is a much more preferred option personally. With a non-display, you're drawing, but the paper, the paper isn't what you draw, so you have to do muscle memory, which is a display one. It's drawing on paper. Yeah. Hi hi. Hey Abby the bird. Did I say morning hangout? I'm gonna freaking mourn my death because I'm dying of embarrassment. Well, it's morning somewhere. Did you just join the stream just to say it's morning? I'm gonna mourn my death because I'm dying of embarrassment. Well, yeah. Bruh. And everybody in the stream didn't say a single thing. So yeah, Avi, I'm drawing birds. I'm drawing bird sisters in Chimera Island. Chicken sisters. So that's what's going on. It's been years since I've worked on this. Years. And I can still recall what's happening after taking like a hiatus. I just have to take a quick look at the script. I don't even have to read it. I was just like, okay, this is happening. Okay, I remember why this is happening. All right, time to clock back in. I want to voice the Snake Man again. I don't know what I would do with the snake. Actually, no, I feel like he probably would come back because he's. I like I like the idea of the overseers being like living patron saints, where it's like, oh my gosh, I like the idea. It's so hard to describe. I have a concrete idea in my head, but it's so hard to describe it. Like, but they do whatever they want, but they do whatever they want, but they don't abuse their power and openly. And they have the respect. They have the fear and the respect of the people. But I hope I get to do something cool with them again. The Snake Man. But how you been, Albie? Oh man, I remember. I don't know if I still have. I don't think I still have my first ground tablet. Like on the topic of ground tablets, I don't think I have it anymore. I don't know what happened to it actually. Man, doing the voice dubs, that was effort. That was absolutely an effort that was put into it. But I am gonna see if I can syndicate it on Facebook so I can get more people interested in it. I think I have the masters. No, I should have the files to upload it. Man, it's such a shame that I used what was it? What program did I use to edit it? I used CapCut, CapCut to edit it. Yeah, those files are gone, like gone forever. I liked using CapCut to edit because it was so simple. I still have yet to find a editing software as simple as that. I know they use every single bit of data for like I don't know AI or something shady for the Chinese government, But man, it was the product so good. But just like with every good product, they have to make it worse. They had to make it worse. Like, I remember there were some tools that they had that used to be free to use, and they paywalled it out of nowhere. They just felt like it. Like, like certain transitions that I would use, they just paywalled it. And when it came to having a certain amount of uploads, exports, they paywalled the amount of exports that you can make. And I'm like, dude, what the heck am I supposed to do with your freaking app? Because I don't want to pay for it. Aren't you backed by the Chinese government or something? Get them to pay for it. But whatever. But that's just me complaining that I'm broke. And I am never paying anything, any monthly fee for anything. If I buy something, I want to own it forever. I remember I wanted to. I remember thinking about how I would age some of these characters up, and I I remember thinking like if I aged up Ruth, I would give her a neck. Like I don't know why that's so funny to me. Like maybe one day she'll finally grow a neck, just like her older sisters. Let's see. Wait a second. Wait a second. It's nearly that time. That time of the day. Nearly that time of the day, isn't it? I'm getting distracted again. Actually, I think I can probably. Wait, what up to my? I accidentally. I did. I'm really bad with keeping this phone away from me. I'm really bad at keeping this thing away. Oh man, it's so over. Anyway, I think this is a good place to stop. I made some pretty good progress, I feel. Oh wait, I forgot to draw her in this pose. So I worked on this, that, this, that. Wait, one panel, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. That's a pretty good panel workage. pretty good. Let's see if I can just move her closer here, so she won't bleed out. I move Ruth a little bit. All right. I gotta figure out what I'm going to eat after this. This blows. I already ate a baked potato. What am I going to eat? What am I going to eat? Dang. Anyway. I just ate a meat stick. I really need to eat more protein. I have one more boiled egg. I have one more hard boiled egg in the refrigerator. And I'm like, I need to eat better than this. I really need to eat better than this. But how? But how? How? I don't think I have enough fruit to make a smoothie. I have rice. I think I have some canned kimchi. Not canned kimchi. Like jarred kimchi. I'll probably do something. Yesterday I ate a salad, but then I ate tacos after. So I defeated the point of having the salad. What do you mean you defeated the point of having a salad? Like, it all goes down the same place. And it all fuels your body. Gives you energy. So you can type what you've just typed right now. All of the salad and tacos went to work for you to type that message right now. My body's on freaking overdrive. Thank you, tacos. Real. Man. You're saying tacos just reminded me of the LOL XD era of the internet. But I'm thinking about that song of "This is the best burrito I've ever eaten." Yum yum yum. Dang, that was a crazy era of the internet. Like, I really looked at that stuff. I mean, it was all on Flipnote at 10.0. But man, people thought that was the pinnacle of art. It's raining tacos. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to remember that. I've heard it. I know that chorus. But the whole thing that keep that wait. Oh, no wonder my CPU was dying. I was like live streaming this. at the same time. Hold up, it's right. I'm thinking about the song "I Hate My Life and I Wanna Die." I ain't got no iPhone. My heart is breaking, thinking suicide. I ain't got no iPhone. I feel like Apple funded that song. I have a weird suspicion that Apple funded that song. I forgot how it's raining tacos. I forgot how that went. How did this go?
It's raining tacos
Out of the sky, tacos.
No need to ask why. Just open your mouth and close your eyes. It's raining tacos. It's raining tacos. Out in the street.
Yo,
Tacos. All you can eat.
no way.
Shells, cheese and meat. It's raining tacos. Yum, 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 yum. It's like a dream. Yum, yum, yum.
The internet was so pure. 100 million views.
Shell, meat, lettuce, cheese, shell, meat, lettuce, cheese, shell, meat, cheese.
It's raining
Dude.
tacos. Raining tacos. Raining tacos.
Oh my gosh, the freaking three. Oh, the mouths, the expression.
It's raining tacos. Raining tacos. Raining tacos.
Man, I'm pretty sure this was like on every emo and scene kid's MySpace. Oh, it probably was before. It was probably after MySpace, actually. Hey, Gray Standards, what's going on? Crazy time to walk in. Because I was going over Flipnote Hitena memes, meme songs. And I was like, oh yeah, I remember. Well, I was just gonna ask, yeah. Like, it's raining tacos. I hate my. I ain't got no iPhone. What was it? I'm pretty sure ASDF movie was in there too. Everybody do the flaw. I'm sure. I'm like, wow, all of this is kind of cringe and lame. However, it's so innocent. I can't hate it. It's so innocent. I'm like, I wish the internet was innocent like this again. All those misheard Japanese lyric songs. Back before nostalgic, like of like scene and emo stuff. Dude. And if you wanted to talk about anime, it was all about Death Note, freaking yeah, it was Death Note, it was Soul Eater, it was freaking on the TV, American TV, you got Invader Zim. Dude, they still sell Invader Zim on Hot Topic. That's like the Mount Rushmore of emo slash scene. Like that's yeah, like that is the Mount Rushmore. Now it's just glitch tech stuff. I think I walked into a mall that had a Hot Topic in the first time, and it was pretty much like a Spencer's, but more toned down. But it was just full of glitch tech merch from wall to wall. And of course, you would see your Invader Zim emo stuff. So that's pretty cool. I wonder how Jonan Vasquez feel about it now, with one of his creations being the poster boy of scene and emo. I'm glad emo is still going pretty good. I'm seeing an emo go. Well, is it? I haven't seen an emo on the internet as of late. If it's still going, I only see it in the context of revival. But I guess I'm not in that. I'm not in that era. I feel like if you had a TikTok algorithm that feeds you that kind of stuff, I'm sure it might look alive. But honestly, I'm just not in that part of the internet, so I don't see it often. That's the problem with modern internet. Everything is super. It's just become super sexualized. That's unfortunate. That is well. Yeah, actually, that's unfortunate. True, it's kind of there. It's kind of here and there. It's unfortunate where it's like the internet is so specialized where you can literally get away from scene if you want to, or emo, or a subculture if you want. Actually, never mind. I wish I could get away. I wish I could go on the. I wish I had a one day where I can go on the internet and not see anything Hasbin Hotel, anything VisiPop or Glitch Tech related. So, or Backrooms related. Yeah, never mind. I feel like we're still forget what I said about monoculture. It's still here. It's just not that. It's not as interesting. What about FNAF? FNAF is on the Mount Rushmore of internet culture. It's always going to be in the Mount Rushmore. Ayla, 1B. Did I arrive at a bad time? It is pretty much the end of the stream. I know I would probably get more people to watch the streams if I started at 8 or something like that into the night. But that's not good for me. That's not good for my health. I draw usually every day. All day, every day. So I'm like, so when it's like 8 o'clock, I'm like, I can finally relax, but I'm not going to relax because I gotta upload content for Facebook. Like, scene is kind of sexualized itself, but it's not like that straight up porn, you know? Like, there's a good looking scene people, they just get harassed. Scene people seen as freaky goth, like, bro. I've always seen. Oh no! Actually, no. No, no. I don't think. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. I feel like I've always known about FNAF my entire life. Oh, that's sad. That's not sad, but shout out to Scott Cawthorn, one of the great indies Mount Rushmore. Oh, lol. It's wild that we didn't 3 a.m. for me. Oh yeah, what's your comic about? Oh, you can barely see it, but my comic, shoot, Chimera Island, you can barely see it. It's okay, so it's about a hidden island striving to find balance. And actually, I can just pull up a freaking. I can pull up the image, so you guys can see it better. Okay, so anyway, Chimera Island is about a hidden island striving to find balance. It follows 4 characters, right? You follow Sarah. Wait, wrong thing. Let's make it bigger. You follow Sarah, a girl that wants to find adventure. You have Ruth, the girl that wants to find friends. You have Odd, the boy that wants to earn respect within his community. And then you have Jonathan, the kid that wants to find his identity. And what I want to do with this comic is kind of have a very interesting story structure where it follows the Eastern style of Kisho Tenketsu. It's like a 4-part story structure, and every chapter it switches from each of these characters' perspective. Like chapter 1 is her perspective of what's going on, 2 is her, 3 is his, 4 is his, and it rotates to get across a greater theme of the arc, which is like an anthology. I want to play his other games. Oh, you mean like the ones that made it that inspired, that got all those criticisms that inspired him to make FNAF? Oh, what's your formatting inspiration? Oh, the formatting inspiration. I think I knew about when I was looking up different story structure. I found Kisho Tenketsu because there are several story structures that you can use for writing narratives. There's a plot there's a 15-point plot structure that you usually find in Save the Cat. You have the classical hero's journey, that is like a 24 or something like that plot structure. Or you can it's a 12 part. Actually, it's a 12-part structure, the hero's journey. Or you can have the more simplified Dan Harmon's story structure, which simplifies the 12 to 8. But because I have 4 characters here, I thought it would be fitting to try that Kisho Tenketsu. Oh yeah, you also have like the 5 plot story structure, beginning, middle, of like the introduction, rising action, climax, falling action, and resolution that you've learned in grade school, and then you just have the classical 3-part story structure. But so for this, I mean, for Chimera Island, not for Purgatory Academy, I followed for the book 1, I followed the 5-point story structure, but it also, I didn't do the hero's journey. It fit well in the Dan Harmon's story structure, but I did the 5-point story structure to start it out. With book 2, I wanted to do more of a Dan Harmon story structure, but like on 2 ends for Jim and for Susan. Book 3, I wanted to do I want to try again the 5-point story structure again, but with A plots and B plots with completely, well, no, actually I did a different structure, and there's this thing called a mood structure where you also, hi Lewis, what's going on? There's a thing called a mood structure where you place your plot points based on how emotionally intense your story is. With book 3 of Purgatory Academy, I'm doing 2 mood structures where they kind of are at this, they start and they stop at the opposite ends, where the first chapter is high action, high emotion, but then the second chapter is very subdued, very analytical, and then it's very subdued and analytical. So as the story goes along with book 3, the even and odd chapters, they slowly switch places, of the odd chapters being high action and then the even chapters being high action to subdued and analytical, from the even chapters being analytical and subdued to being high octane. And for Let's Go Metal Hero book 2, which I have the story I have the I have it on my wall. Hold up. I like showing on my wall. This is what my wall looks like. It's just taped. Like all this stuff is just story structure of like my different stories. This is this is the first 15-point plot structure of Chimera Island, which I'm probably gonna take down because I'm not ransom notes, which I'm this lighting isn't really helping. It's not really making me look like a sane person right now. But like on over here, I have like the first 15-point story structure for Chimera Island, which I'm not going to use anymore. Then beside that, I have book 2 of Let's Go Metal Hero, which I was actually very inspired by the book of Leviticus from the Bible, because Leviticus is like written as in bookends, where I forgot how it went exactly, how to describe it exactly, but the beginning and the ends of the book of Leviticus, it's a reference to each other, where it starts off as one way and it ends with another way, but the first half is a setup for the second half, and it completely mirrors it. So I wanted to write book two of Let's Go Metal Hero in the same way, where the first half it's ordered in a way to set up certain questions, like four key questions about I'm trying to remember what I have it written down over here. Yeah, we talk about things about individualism, knowing what an enemy is, diplomacy. Individualism, diplomacy, knowing who your enemy is, and democracy. Well, is that democracy? Independency. Independency, right? Right. And I think the whole thing about Metal Hero is that I wanted to tell a story of Malik becoming like growing up a little bit, and he's trying to balance that school life and his wannabe hero life. And I think I'm trying to remember what the underlying thing that I wanted to talk about with Let's Go Metal Hero. I think Matt will probably remember. But it had to do. Oh yeah, Kyle. That's what it was. The whole thing about like Metal Hero Book 2 was he has basically the like it's easy to if you ever anybody's seen Ben 10, he basically has the Omnitrix, but it's completely a metallic thing, like the world's best like fighting like mecha robot supercomputer, but the exoskeleton of it where he can hide it behind his clothes. So he's basically like Iron Man. That's a better way to put it. He's like Iron Man with the AI and whatever. But so you have like this other kid that shows up and is trying to convince him that he shouldn't be playing with weapons. You know what I mean? So he shouldn't be playing with weapons. And I think the whole underlying story was diplomacy. Like, how do you deal with let me see how it ends. Death and taxes. Yeah. Like it had a very American civic slang to like approach to it. I'm trying to remember. Like, and it's very weird that I don't remember it that much. I just remember if I looked over the notes again, it'll probably fled back. Yeah, but the mood is that. The mood is that is yeah. How do you approach naming stories? You mean how do I approach it? It usually goes off of what comes off the tongue. I go with what's the theme and what rolls off the tongue. What would be a good way to name it? What would roll off the tongue? Purgatory Academy is, it's all right. Chimera Island is whatever. There's another story that's named Chimera Island. Let's Go Metal Hero is my favorite one. Like Let's Go Metal Hero and Just a Reaper are my favorite one, or my favorite one. Because I remember originally Matt wanted to name Just a Reaper the Mailman because that was his job. But when we wrote out the first volume, there was only like one chapter where he does his job as a mailman, and you don't really know that he's a mailman. You don't even know that he's a mailman. So I'm like, no, just name it Just a Reaper. Because Eric is because it sounds like something that he would say, like when someone says, "Who are you?" He's like, "I'm Just a Reaper," because it goes with his character of how low key he is. Like he's kind of a mess up, but he's kind of low key, I guess. He kind of doesn't see himself as great as he is. But Let's Go Metal Hero, that took a little bit of workshop, but I like things that rhyme. Things that rhyme is fun. I remember when I was thinking about Let's Go Metal Hero, I knew it had to have Let's Go because it had a go. When someone says go, it sparks something in your brain of activity, and it's perfect for Malik because he's a kid, right? And Metal Hero, it was a good rhyme. It just rhymes. Like, and I just said Metal Hero because I didn't really have a name. I don't think I had a name for Metal Hero, and no one really called him by anything other than Metal Hero in the story. Like, the story is about Malik and Michaela to overcome their differences so they can use the robot to use Metal Hero to save the city, but or just to like not die. But like, but so that helped out a lot. Let's Go Metal Hero sounds hard. But Matt says that I just have a knack for naming things. I like to go. I like name. I think a good way to name things is rhythm. A good name. I wouldn't say it just have to sound good. What helps it sound good is rhythm. Like poetry or a song. If it's a title, it would it's easy to like just name something what it is, sure. But I think what makes Let's Go Metal Hero a good one because it's a name with a rhythm. It rhymes and it has rhythm. Because I have a third novel that I just written like the first chapter of, and I think I like the title. I want to call it "She's a Damn Animal" because I feel like it's because I feel like it's a good title. It just rolls off the tongue. Like a safer version of it is like "She's an Animal." It takes place in the Chimera Island universe, but I like "She's a Damn Animal" because that "damn" is like it feeds into animal. Personally. I think that's a cool title. I want to like I did release the first chapter, but I unreleased it because I want to make illustrations to go along with it, and plus I didn't know like a good way to show it. I didn't have find a good way to like post it because I could post on my website, but so I'm like, who cares? Post it on my website, whatever. Psh, doesn't matter. Like, no one's gonna read it. But maybe if Facebook goes well, I'll post the chapter on Facebook. That's when I know people are gonna read it, and that I can make the illustrations for it, just like how I wanted. But yeah, golly, I'm gonna find something to eat. But yeah, that should be the end of the stream. I'm 14 minutes over. Gotta eat something. Then I gotta sit back in this stupid chair. You don't draw turnaround or reference pages, but you got a 50-point outline up on the wall. LMAO. Yeah, because, like, honestly, the story matters. The fact that I can write the story in a good way, if I can write the story well, I kind of don't care about the character designs as much. Like, fun listening to your brain. Thank you. Like, I don't care. Like, I could have like the most detailed character that's very cool to look at. I don't care. That's jingling keys to me. Like having good character design is a bonus. Like if I can have good structure and write a story that I can remember, if I can just like write it and I can remember it, like not touch it for a year or two, and I can recall, okay, it was about this. It goes da 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 da. And it sucks that I can't really remember book two. I literally have it on my wall. I literally have it on my wall right here, but I can't really recall. I can't really recall what's. Is there anything written on the back? Oh yeah, there's stuff in the back. I remember certain aspects, but if I told you, like, man, if I knew like the certain things, it's just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate. But yeah, if I a good character design, I don't care. A good story structure, if I don't have to touch it for a year and I can go back and be like, okay, this is what it's about. It's awesome. That's fun for me. That's what really what it make. That's what it's really about for me. Mikashu Anderson. Welcome to the chat. Your art is really cool. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. But it's the end of the stream. I gotta probably get enough calories so I don't become malnourished. All right, y'all take care. Have a good night. Eat your vegetables, drink water, or do or don't. I'm not your dad. Take care.